Hello everyone! Today I'll talk about the solution to the problem maximal score after applying k operations. If you've solved the last few dailies, for example you can look at my previous few videos, then this problem will be very easy for you because this problem just asks us to use a priority queue, to use a heap, and implement exactly the operation required. Now the operation has this index I, something with nums of I, but we can notice that we replace nums of I with something that depends only on its value. So the positions in the array don't matter. We can reorder them however we want. In particular, we can reorder them into a heap. So there is no problem in just keeping the values in a heap. And then this operation can be performed as written. The only problems remaining are maybe of the nature of implementation. That's because first of all we need to have the biggest number, and typically heap implementations, including heap q in Python, will give us a min heap, returning the minimum value. The standard trick is that we can just hold the negatives of the values on our heap. So for every v in nums, we'll keep negative v on the heap, because then the biggest element from among all the positive elements in nums will be the smallest element in this new nums array. So we'll be keeping it as a heap, so we'll heapify it at the beginning. And now k times we take the biggest element, so its negation is the smallest element, so v is the negated biggest element. We add it to the result. At the end we'll just return the result with the negative sign in front of it. So we'll be accumulating negative values, and at the end we'll negate them. And we have to now push the appropriate value back onto the priority queue, the ceiling of the value divided by 3. Now, I mentioned in one of the dailies a few days back that one easy way of performing ceiling division is that if you want to divide a by p and round up, you can get a plus p minus 1 divided by p rounded down. So that works, but that works in Python only for positive numbers. The semantics of division and remainders for negative numbers in Python may be different than in some other languages. However, if you're not familiar or you don't remember it, let's say in an interview setting, you can of course talk about it, but you can also just use a hack and first convert the value into a positive number, then do the ceiling of the value divided by 3. So we'll divide by 3 using integer division, so we add 2, so that this is a ceiling division. And since we want the negative value on the heap, we'll negate the result. And of course that we push onto our heap. So to think about some things. One thing is how to write this thing such that it works for negative numbers, or maybe for all numbers. And the other is it necessary to use this competitive programming trick of holding negative values, or is there some other smarter way of maintaining the priority queue with reversed ordering?